Today we celebrate International Women's Day. As the Women Empowerment Team, we want to share with you some achievements of women in tech. But first, I would like to introduce our team. The Women Empowerment Team is a department in the Center for African Justice, Peace, and Human Rights. As a team, we focus on empowering and representing women, especially young girls and women from African descent. Our mission is to rekindle the spirit of excellence in the minds of women through capacity building, empowering, and providing resources to achieve sustainable business development and peace building. We aim to empower women who have low self esteem and an inferiority complex and are generally helpless in their present location outside their home countries. We intend to create a platform where they are reminded that no matter what they have been through in life, there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. Women remain underrepresented in many fields. However, that doesn't change the fact that some women have made it in the tech world. For example, Ada Lovelace was the world's first computer programmer. Grace Hopper was a computer scientist. Annie Easley was the NASA rocket scientist. Fei Fei Li is a computer scientist known for establishing ImageNet, the dataset that enabled rapid advances in computer vision in 2010. Jewel Berg Solomon, an American tech entrepreneur and venture capitalist working as the first head of Google startups in the United States. And so forth. Women have made untold contributions to the digital world in which we increasingly live. Their accomplishments have been against all odds in a field that has historically neither welcomed nor appreciated them. The underrepresentation of women in tech careers remain a major barrier to their participation in tech design and governance. At the same time, digital technology is opening new doors for the global empowerment of women, girls, and other marginalized groups. From gender responsive digital learning to tech facilitated sexual and reproductive healthcare, the digital age represents an unprecedented opportunity to eliminate all forms of disparity and inequality.
Women remain underrepresented in and excluded from the digital world, facing gender inequality and discrimination that persistently hinder their full potential. Compared to men, women are less likely to use digital tools and more likely to face online violence. Today, worldwide, some 327 million fewer women than men have a smartphone and can access mobile internet. Globally, 24% of women have reduced their internet usage as a result of abusive online contact. As our daily lives become increasingly digitized, gender gaps in digital access threaten to leave many women and girls behind. Hence, overcoming gender gaps in women's digital access and use is central to achieving a safer, more inclusive, and more equitable digital world.
Today, a persistent gender gap in digital access keeps women from unlocking technology's full potential. Their underrepresentation in STEM education and careers remain a major barrier to their participation in tech design and governance. The absolute gap between men and women's access has actually increased by 20 million since 2019. Today, 63% of women have access to the internet compared to the 69% of men. Women remain a minority in both STEM education and careers. Just as Esther Memoir, a longtime activist on gender safety issues, stated, bringing gender into technology and internet governments is really about dismantling systems of inequality and ensuring that we all come in the fullness of our humanity with autonomy, with dignity, and we can all participate equally in shaping our digital future. We support her views on this issue because without equal representation in these fields, women's participation in shaping technology, research, investment, and policy will remain critically limited. To help women succeed in changing labor market, targeted reskilling and upskilling programs should be created focusing especially on groups most in danger of being left behind.
This year's International Women's Day topic highlights how technology is crucial to advancing rights. However, a growing digital gender gap is impacting everything from women's job opportunities to safety online. Relating to this theme, the Women Empowerment Team created the Education for Girls project to collect and send books and electronic devices to African schools and libraries in order to increase gender inclusivity in various subjects, including the STEM field. The Education for Girls project aims to provide vulnerable African women and girls to feel empowered and capable of achieving their full potential. Access to technology can increase a girl's digital literacy. Gender gaps in digital access threatens to leave women and girls behind in terms of digital advancement. Women and girls in developing countries lack internet access in their homes and schools due to social norms that keep them in the household to perform housework. Through the Education for Girls project, women and girls can be given the chance to enter different areas such as the technology and innovation fields. This allows for women to tailor these spaces according to their needs. When women are included in digital spheres, they can create tools and ideas that reflect their particular experiences as a woman. For example, creating digital tools that promote sexual and reproductive health and protecting women on the internet.
Based on the four principles renew your mind, restate your goals, rebrand yourself, and retell your story, the 4R Women Empowerment Conference aims to provide a space for knowledge sharing and discussion on tangible steps to address the challenges faced by migrant women upon moving to the Netherlands. Our purpose is to provide coaching, mentorship, and psychological support to migrant women to enable them to have a fulfilled life in their new country. Through a threefold series of webinars, we offer a perspective on mental health, cultural integration, and career mentorship to encourage migrant women to achieve their highest potentials in life. In September 2022, we successfully hosted the first webinar on mental health, where psychologists and life coaches shared their views and advice on addressing the challenges and traumas migrant women have faced and are still facing upon moving to the Netherlands. The second session of the conference will focus on discussing the challenges of cultural integration, as well as offering practical ways to facilitate integration of young African women into Dutch society. And finally, in the third webinar, we aim to provide practical advice for career mentorship and tangible resources to facilitate labor market access for migrant women in the host country. In honor of this year's International Women's Day, we want to highlight that women who experience intersecting forms of discrimination because of their skin color, religion, age, disability, social class, and/or sexual orientation confront much bigger challenges in the digital world. The intersectional gender gap in digital access limits women and girls from unlocking the full potential of technology and themselves. Therefore, we believe that it is in our capacity to empower African women with our 4R Women Empowerment Conference so they do not underestimate their strengths and fight the digital and non digital barriers in this world.
If you want to know more about us, check our website Center for African Justice.